on the air. I said, is there anyone out there who is a large company that you know of that is really fair with the buyer, the client? And she said, I can't recommend one. And that's been that way since I got into coins in 1960.
And you know what, Bob? These guys who charge those commissions, they don't do anything different. They do worse than what I do for the recommendations. It's not only the prices they pay, but it's the recommendations of the items in which they tell these people to purchase. And so if they charged a higher price and offered a better service, that's one thing. But no one beats my service. No one. And so you're not paying a better price for something that's better. We all buy from the same people. We all have the same wholesale sheets. So the product is all the same. In fact, I'd say my product is probably even a little bit better because I check all my product. And I send product back. And other dealers just ship out, the brokers don't see the product. They got somebody else in the back room that's shipping the product. They don't see it. So, I say my product is better. My service is better. My shipping is better. And you get to pay less. So I don't know how much better I can get. I'm already perfect. I mean, we make mistakes, but we correct the mistakes too. And so
stand behind them.
We stand behind.
Yeah, I had one instance, one company, there was a dispute, and the company has told the buyer, the client, to take a hike. Pretty simple.
Yeah, yeah, they laugh at them. But yet I'll be the first dealer. If someone makes a commitment with another dealer and their prices are higher, I'll be the first one to tell that person, hey, you made a verbal commitment. Try to get them to lower their price. If they don't want to accommodate, then you can break the contract. But once you give your word, and that's all we're about anymore is our word. And so if you make a commitment, have them bring their price down. If they don't do it, then break the contract. You're not going to come after you. They cost thousands and thousands of dollars. But you give your word, you go through with it. But, and that we have very few people who cancel here at Discount Gold and Silver. Usually only when other family members become involved, and they don't want Granny buying gold. They'd rather have the cash after she dies. And
I can't wait for the body to get cold.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah, so, it's...
I handle $500 million as one broker. And boy, I saw it all. 6,000 clients. 6,000. The average brokers get 200 or 300.
Well, it's amazing what family members do to their elderly relatives, to the grandparents, to the parents. It's amazing. It's so sad.
I had one instance where I bailed this lady out of the market at $12,500 on the Dow. And she's one of your subscribers because they sent her to you. And she bought a bunch of coins and shares, but that was about $1 million worth, I think. And she still got a couple of million more she didn't want to put in there, so she owns bonds in the foreign currency. And she's got an 18-year-old daughter who's telling me what to do. I said to the woman, I said, I've saved you a fortune. I don't charge you a dime for my advice. And when I think you should do something, I even email you. And I think you should stop listening to your daughter because I didn't know that she had a degree in finance. And enough was said. But the daughter wants to get the hands on the money, wants it to be there when, Mommy takes the trip to heaven. And it's awful.
It really
it's just awful.
Really
and, I tell my kids, when I'm dead, there ain't going to be anything because I'm going to give it all away to poor people who weren't given the equipment that I've got. And I do it every day, all the time. People come to me, my son needs glasses. I don't have any insurance. I say, how much? And they tell me, and I said, okay, here's the money. Just bring me the receipt and show me that you told me the truth. And that sort of thing. And I help people. I have my own little agency. And so that's my way of doing what I think is right with my money.
Well, we all have to give back, and I do it differently too. So we all have to give back, and but anyway.
What's that? What did you open that all-night bar?
For every gold coin you purchase, you get a shot of Jack.
And you get to pet the dog.
You get to pet my Curly. Someone said to me, "What's Curly's middle name?" I said, "Sue."
Curly is Harvey. It's Harvey.
What?
Harvey.
Harvey?
I knew he was a rabbit. Harvey's a good name for him.
Yeah, but I don't have
Curly?
a rabbit. I have a dog.
I know.
Harvey. What was his name? Stewart? Jimmy Stewart?
Mm-hmm. They're all gone now, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Carl Malden died. He was one of my favorites. Streets of San Francisco. He died last week, but no one talks about it because of Michael Jackson.
Oh, it's just disgusting.
Isn't it?
He was a very talented guy, but I'm talking about Jackson, but all this awful stuff. Now the family's fighting over the money already and who's going to run it. And the woman who had the children, she wants to take care of them. And I don't blame them. That would be natural. And, but there's a lot more fitting people out there.
When you talk about a circus.
Yeah. One of the people who died was Farrah Fawcett, who I knew. She used to live down the street from me when I lived in Malibu.
She had a wonderful biography I watched about her cancer and how she got treatment. And that's why it disturbs me, because she's the one that should be getting the limelight, because she talked about her treatments in Germany for cancer and how far advanced they are for cancer research and everything. And that's what she was trying to bring out, that, this country should be right along and aside of Germany. And, you don't get to hear any of that because of Michael Jackson.
Well, she was only 11 years younger than me. And I really didn't think she was that old. But when I met her, I had dinner with her and Lee Majors in Las Vegas, and
he looked bad.
Oh, he was so drunk that night. I don't know how he stayed on the chair.
He's pitching
and she was so apologetic. He said, "Don't worry about it." And I don't know where they lived then, but later she was with Ryan O'Neal, and they lived down the street from me. And I didn't have anything to do with them because they were using drugs, and I didn't want to get involved. And I don't know whether she was, but I knew O'Neal and John McEnroe and that whole crew were involved in that stuff. And, when I lived there, I didn't care what the adults did. But for the 20 years I lived there, the word was out, if I catch anybody dealing drugs to children, I let the police know, and if they didn't do something about it, the subject would disappear. And when I told the cops that, they said, "Well, we know who you are and where you've been, and we believe you." And that actually happened. And for a long, long time, there was no drugs among children in Malibu, I'll tell you that. I was coaching everything, so I knew everything that was going on. I coached all the kids that belonged to the policemen, too. So, but anyway, Farrah was a very nice girl. Very nice lady. My experience, I got to tell you this one time, I met her up at Santa Anita, the racetrack, and she was crazy about horses. She had ridden when she was young. And she said, "Well, is there anything I can do for you?" I said, "No." And she says, "Well, would your daughter like my autograph? And I said, sure. So she gave me an autograph. I forget what we wrote it on. And I took it home. And I did see her after that, and I didn't have the heart to tell her this, of course. I showed it to my daughter, and I said, that's Farrah Fawcett. And Jennifer says, who's that? And I said, well, you'll find out when you grow up. She was only 8 at the time.
Your son probably would have known.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Her bathing suit picture. But,
it was very famous. But anyway, that's not what we're here for.
No.
But it's nice reminiscing because I met a lot of nice people in my life, and she was one of them. At least my relationship, very, very small with her, but